Okay, so I just refilled my water bottle because what am I supposed to do every day without drinking like 6 cups of water? And I got a school yearbook for some reason. I mean, we're over halfway through July, but cool. Neither of those things are the topic of today's video, which is the Powkiddy X18S and the GPD XD2. Both different portable emulators, rumored and somewhat confirmed to be coming out later this year, and there's been no news on them since. Powkiddy has straight up removed the X18S from their website. It's not on their front page anymore. They don't have any details about when it's coming out. They are pushing the Q20 Mini Retro Golden Red, but the GPD XD2, the last I can see that we've heard of this is last like October or November from YouTuber The Fox, who did some like introduction, showed it off a little bit. They showed off like a prototype, apparently the GPD X7 or something that kind of looks like a Switch and a phone combined, has apparently been canceled last October. That was a long time ago. No one cares about that anymore. The current prototype, the one that he has, is something that kind of acts as a Nintendo Switch, but only one part of it can be removed. The GPD XD2 has not been given any like official specs or anything. GPD is not actually confirmed. They have kind of confirmed, but they haven't like actually come out and given us like a release date or anything. But they have not said any word. The GPD XD2. Yeah, that literally the only thing that comes up when you control F XD is the GPD XD Plus on their bio. For all the information I have been given, that I've seen at least, there has been no new information given about the GPD XD2 or the Powkiddy X18S, which is a shame because I was excited for these things. But it is very understandable that COVID has pushed back production in many ways. A lot of people may have had to be laid off or not been able to work properly. They can't put out the devices they want to. It makes sense, but I'm still like just wondering, like I'm left here questioning, like coming up with my own theories about what happened to these things. So to get into like what I think is happening currently, I can give you my thoughts on what I think is going on. So GPD, I feel like out of the two companies like Powkiddy and GPD, I feel like GPD is the more reliable one in terms of performance and just overall hardware quality and software quality. Powkiddy is very well known for not having the best performing consoles, but they're still a good company. I feel like the RGB 10 Max is probably the best thing they've put out recently. So what I think really happened here just boils down to COVID-19 hitting the production line, especially for these Chinese companies, pretty hard. I really think it just boils down to COVID-19 pushing back production and harming the potential launch they could have had. But I mean, a lot of people think that like, oh, COVID's over soon, we're gonna have better games, the game companies are gonna be able to put out better games soon. I don't think that's really the case. I mean, it doesn't just end like that. The companies still have to worry about all the work that was missed during the amount of time that was spent not working because of the pandemic. I feel like out of the two, I'm more excited for the Powkiddy X18S because I know it's going to be less powerful and like I'm going to have to like try and get some more. I'm gonna try to customize it more to get more usage out of it, to make it like more useful like I did for the GPD XD Plus. But I think just because of that clamshell form factor, I'm gonna enjoy it more. I don't know what it is about the clamshell form factor that just gets me, but I really like having a clamshell form factor. The GPD XD2 looks cool, but if it can play more than what the Powkiddy X18S can, I definitely will pick it up and try it out, and it'll probably be a better one to carry since it's like more powerful. If it's not more powerful and if it can't run like many more games than the X18S can, then I don't think it's really going to be worth the extra money. Powkiddy is still selling the Powkiddy X18 on their website. They don't really seem to have any new marketing up for anything but the Q20 Mini. If we're just going off of my opinions, like over which one I think is going to be worth the buy more, probably the GPD XD2. Like I said, it's going to be more powerful. It's going to be smaller. more compact, probably more expensive, but for the more power, I think it's going to be worth it. I mean, I hope it's more powerful. I hope they don't just pull a Nintendo on us and release something that's like the same amount of power, but in a new form or something. But the Pal Kitty X18S is going to be good for people on a budget. If they can get it so it can play like GameCube games well, I mean, I'll be happy. The GPD XD Plus takes a lot of tinkering to get some GameCube games working, and not even all of them work, so it's not great for GameCube games. If this thing can play GameCube games and like DS games like that thing can, I feel like this would be the perfect console. You can play everything below GameCube and DS. That would be awesome. And it would be good for people who are on a budget. They've never released what the price tag is. If they could make it like $150 to like $200, I feel like $200 is definitely pushing it, especially on the lower end. The clamshell design is great. Could they add a USB-C port? I don't like micro USB, and I have so many USB-C cables now. If they put like better specs in it, made it run better, newer version of Android, it would definitely be a lot more worth it for the money. To get into my final thoughts, which will hopefully be my final thoughts, because when I say that, usually not my final thoughts. But I really am excited for these devices. I'm excited for any portable emulator to come out this year. The Pal Kitty RGB10 Max was a good highlight for this year. I like the form factor. I don't know what I did to the SD card, but I can't get it to play in 64 games at a stable frame rate now anymore, so gonna have to fix that. But I'm excited for like anything. I like technology. I like to see how it can advance. I mean, you could just say to buy like a old Android phone or something like that to play portable emulators on, which would probably be cheaper, but I mean, number one, I'm an Apple guy, and number two, I like having dedicated portable handhelds. I like having a 3DS or a DS in comparison to, say, just a gaming phone or something like that. I like having the Pal Kitty RGB10 Max instead of a gaming phone or Android phone, or just normal mobile gaming, or like the Switch, because they're dedicated handheld devices. Sure, some of them may be running Android, but what you're supposed to be doing with them is gaming. What you do with a phone is use it as a phone. Whatever you do with it is kind of just an add-on, a nice add-on, which sometimes isn't even there. So, but yeah, I'm excited for this. I want both of these to come out this year, hopefully. But seeing as it's the middle of the year, still haven't gotten a date for either of these, I kind of have lost hope for this year, maybe next year. But that means it's the end of the video. I am excited. I definitely am. Don't take this as me being criticizing and stuff. I want these devices right now. I feel like the GPD XD Plus, I said Plus, the GPD XD 2 has to be more powerful than the Pal Kitty. Like, it has to have a significant power upgrade over the Pal Kitty X18S if it wants to pull a higher price tag. So yeah, that's been it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.